You want to know what separates the 1% from everyone else? It's not talent. It's not connections. It's not luck. It's this. Champions always find a way. Let me ask you something. When was the last time life hit you so hard you didn't know if you could get back up? When was the last time the door slammed in your face? Not once, not twice, but so many times that you started to believe maybe you weren't supposed to walk through it. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe the business failed. Maybe the relationship ended. Maybe you looked in the mirror and barely recognized the person staring back. That's not failure. That's the test. Because here's what most people don't understand. Life was never supposed to be easy for the ones who are meant for something great. The road to greatness was never smooth. It was always rocky, always steep, always dark before the light. But every single champion, every single person who ever built something worth building, they all had one thing in common. When the world said stop, they found a way. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job and told she was unfit for TV. J.K. Rowling was a single mother on welfare, rejected by 12 publishers before someone believed in Harry Potter. These are not fairy tales. These are people who refused to let the world write their story. People who looked at every obstacle and said, not today. So what is the champion mindset? It's not about being fearless. Champions feel fear, they feel doubt, they feel exhaustion. The difference is they act anyway. Ordinary people wait for the perfect moment. Champions know the perfect moment doesn't exist. Ordinary people quit when it gets hard. Champions know the hard part is where everyone else quits, and that's exactly why they keep going. Ordinary people ask, why is this happening to me? Champions ask, what is this teaching me? That single shift from victim to student changes everything. When you're a champion, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of the process. Every no is data. Every loss is a lesson. Every setback is a setup. You hear that? Every single setback is a setup for something bigger, something better, something you couldn't have imagined before the storm came. But you have to be willing to go through the storm to get to the other side. You have to be willing to sit in the discomfort, to do the work when nobody's watching, to believe in yourself when nobody else does. Because champions don't need the crowd to believe in them first. Champions believe, and then the crowd shows up. That's the order. It works every single time. Now let's talk about finding the way. Because champions always find a way that's not just a motivational phrase. That is a decision. When your first plan doesn't work, you don't stop. You find another plan. When the door is locked, you don't stand there and cry. You find another door, or you build one. When the resources run out, you get creative, you get scrappy, you get hungry. Champions are not people who never face walls. Champions are people who figure out how to get to the other side of every wall they face. Kobe Bryant woke up at 4 a.m. every single day. Not because he had to, because he chose to. Because while the world was sleeping, he was building an advantage that no one could take from him. Serena Williams was told she was too aggressive, too physical, too different for tennis. She went out and became the greatest of all time. These people didn't find their greatness in spite of the obstacles. They found their greatness because of them. The obstacle was the teacher. The struggle was the forge. And they came out the other side harder, sharper, unbreakable. That could be you, not someday. Not when things get easier. Now, today, in the middle of the mess. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You just need to make the decision that you are not giving up. Say it to yourself right now. I am not giving up. That sentence, lived out loud every single day, that is what separates the champions from everyone else. I want you to think about something for a moment. Think about the version of you that quits. The version that decides it's too hard, too risky, too painful. The version that goes back to comfortable, back to safe, back to small. Imagine that person 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Do they look happy? Or do they carry something with them, something heavy that nobody else can see? The weight of wondering, what if I had kept going? What if I had tried one more time? What if I had believed in myself just a little longer? That weight doesn't go away. Regret is the heaviest thing a human being can carry. And here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Quitting doesn't stop the pain. It just trades the pain of trying for the pain of wondering. And the pain of wondering is permanent. The pain of trying, that fades. That transforms. That becomes a story you tell with pride someday. So which pain are you willing to live with? You are closer than you think. Whatever you're going through right now, the rejection, the self-doubt, the exhaustion, the silence where results should be, that is not the end. That is the middle. And the middle is where champions are made. Not in the victory lap. Not in the highlight reel. In the moments nobody sees. In the moments you wanted to quit but didn't. That's where the champion inside you is being forged. So here's what I need you to do. Keep going. Not because it's easy. Not because you're not scared. Keep going because you were built for this. Keep going because the world needs what only you can give. Keep going because somewhere, right now, there is a version of you on the other side of this struggle, and they are worth fighting for.